Hello, my name is Desmon Lewis and I'm the EMEA Regional Sector Head for Healthcare for Treasury and Trade Solutions at Citi. 2018, in our opinion, presents three key themes within the healthcare sector. The first theme is around pricing pressure and drug competition. The next is cybersecurity. And the third is US tax reform. On January 1st, 2018, some pharmaceutical manufacturers increased the pricing on numerous drugs. These price increases may further exacerbate political and consumer pressure to increase competition between branded and generic drugs. We're already seeing this play out in Europe and in the US, where some public sector agencies are changing regulation around pharmaceutical drugs. As an example, the UK National Institute for Health and Care Excellence, the NICE, recently announced the limiting of the funding for drugs if they cost the NHS more than £20 million a year. And in the US, the FDA is announcing the acceleration of the abbreviated new drug application process and prioritization of approvals of generic drugs with fewer than 3 generic alternatives. These changes are compounded by increased competition from new entrants like Amazon, who are exploring entering the drug supply chain process, potentially impacting medical device companies. All of this may lead to pricing transparency and therefore further pressure. Healthcare organizations may pivot towards growth to sustain margins and reduce pressure on pricing. And Treasury professionals could look to protect margins by using strategic tools to help increase sales, such as extracting value from receivables, and looking at the sales side of the supply chain to ensure the most financially efficient structure. The second theme is the increased threat of cyber attacks. Healthcare organizations face serious exposure to cyber risk due to the potentially valuable access to research and manufacturing data, as well as personally identifiable information. While cybersecurity awareness is growing across the healthcare sector generally, it is still perceived to lag behind other industries of similar size or criticality. The UK Office of Cybersecurity and Information Assurance estimates the UK pharmaceutical industry has lost £1.8 billion to stolen intellectual property. Treasury is usually the focal point for avoiding financial loss and managing risk around financial transactions. And it's important that you understand the steps your banking partners are taking to protect client data, but also the robustness of tools and cybersecurity playbooks available to Treasury by your banking partners. And the final third theme is around the recent Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017. Whilst this story is still playing out, there are both challenges and opportunities presented by the new tax bill. As an example, historically, Europe has been a critical location for intellectual property and manufacturing, which could both benefit and hinder US-based pharma companies under the new legislation over time. In addition, with the changes in the interest expense deduction, corporates may begin to focus more on solutions that leverage internal versus external funding. And treasurers are already starting to evaluate their operational and pooling structures, along with their financial supply chains, to see the impact on strategies such as working capital. I really hope this has been useful. Please speak with your Citi representative to see how we can help you with any of these topics. Thank you very much for your time.